Hello Aries, welcome into your video. We are trying to figure out the predictions of your month of November, starting with the energy that you'll be having going into the month of November. Let's see what we can find for you. We have, okay, you are ready. Momentum, validation, encouragement, and prepared. Okay, and we've got a bicycle here, which, you know, any sort of vehicle or any sort of transportation item is about travel. And it seems like also too, the person is taking off training wheels of this bicycle. So maybe this is a dad taking off the training wheels of a bike for their child. And it almost seems like maybe that's what's going to be happening for you, is that you have a lot of understanding. You have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of information to know what's going to be good for you and where you need to go and where you need to head. And I feel like your mind is already kind of made up, and that you are ready to take on this next step for yourself. You are in a position where you are very confident to grow into this next portion of your life. So what is that going to be like for you? In the major timeline of November, what is that going to be like for Aries? Okay. You have the Ten of Swords. You have the Nine of Cups. You have the Queen of Cups. Got two cards here. Seven of Wands and the Chariot. Interesting. So I feel like, you know, even though the Ten of Swords can be kind of gruesome and kind of in a position of like harsh endings, that could be very true for some of you. But I also feel like this could also be talking about an energy of maybe something that you're not reluctantly ready to let go of. And you are kind of, you know, just in an energy of holding on to it, but not needing to hold on to it. And you kind of need to be more open to the path that you're ready to go down. Yes, you are kind of ready because you have your suitcases ready in the imagery here, but at the same time, it's almost like, like, do I go? Do I not go? And I think the answer is already made up, that you've got an open path ahead of you, and you do go. So whatever ending here is happening for you, whether that is like moving away, or whether that is kind of like letting go of something or someone that is not part of your path anymore, that could be happening here in the month of November for you. But I also feel like this could be talking about letting go of a former version of yourself that, you know, wasn't ready, but now you are. So you are letting go of that past version of yourself as well, and kind of opening up more into the idea of abundance coming to you, just being ready for that abundance. You have a path designated for you to kind of tap into your emotions, to kind of tap into your confidence, staying in your lane, staying very firm with what you believe and what you want your life ahead of you to be. And I think you've got movement here. You open up to the idea of movement and choosing that action, or are you just going to stay the same and not have the abundance show up to you? It's really still your choice, but I feel like this is a big choice you're going to have to be making within the month of November. Do you open up to more of the abundance, or do you stay closed-minded and not allow it to come in? These are the choices that are going to be taking place within the month. Resonate with yourself, resonate with your emotions, feel where your heart is connected to it, and don't allow your heart to just wonder. Don't allow it to just think of like what could be. Allow your heart to be able to take you to where you're supposed to be. You're going to be going through life lessons also through the month to kind of really sharpen your connection with your heart space, but that's part of your growth. That's part of your journey. So just rely on your heart and the messages that your heart is sending you, and that you will be okay in the long run. So what is the overall energy of your emotion or physical nature? We have the Nine of Wands for your emotional, and we have the Six of Cups for your physical. So this could be an energy for your emotional of you having some sort of stagnation. Maybe you have some sort of overwhelming energy that is on your heart space that kind of overrules what you know deep down inside your heart is actually telling you to do. So there's definitely an energy of kind of like falsifying your heart space here and your emotions, and not really allowing yourself to see the big picture. because it almost seems like you're like, oh, I really do want something, but at the same time, it's like, no, you don't. It's just familiar to you. It's just an energy that is there and it's causing stagnation. And deep down in your heart space, you know what you want more of, right? And with the physical, with the Six of Cups, it almost seems like you are kind of around something familiar, or maybe you are coming back into familiarity with something. You could also be going back to something that you have done before. This could be something that you could be going back to knowing somebody that you knew before and kind of having that energy show back up into your life in the physical realm. And I just feel like there's just going to be a lot of that energy, you know, where you are getting back somewhere where you are familiar with something. Yeah, it almost seems like you're going to be somewhere where you have been before. That's all that's really coming up to me in the physical energy here. Maybe it could be somebody that you need closure with, or that you need to reconcile with, or yeah, that's all I'm really getting from that card. It's not really telling me much without clarifying, which is really unusual for me. But who or what is coming into the life of Aries? Maybe this is going to be the card that resembles what this is supposed to be, but let's see. Who or what is coming into the life November? Magician. Yes, there's going to be a lot of change and changes happening within your own power. Seems like you're having a lot of choices to make here. I feel like in making changes, making things come into reality, maybe even manifesting a better partner, or maybe manifesting a better resolution, or manifesting guidance or help, things like that. Allowing yourself to make changes for yourself for the better. But that is what's going to be coming into your life, is having that power to make those things happen. Who or what is leaving the life of Aries in the month of November? Card shot out. We have the Tower, transformation. Okay, so who or what is leaving is potentially a past life here. I really do feel like this is a past life that you have created, that you have established, that is not giving you any sort of benefit anymore. This is something that's outdated. It's almost like, for example, if you are in California and you deal with earthquakes a lot, and if you are in an outdated home that isn't really like designed to help against earthquakes and aren't up to modern code, more than likely the next earthquake is going to shatter your home, right? And I kind of just feel like this is the energy here, where it's just like the energy of this past life is not meant for you anymore. And that at some point, if you keep holding on to it, it's going to have a brutal ending. But I don't think you are going to allow that to happen. I think you realize that the code of this castle is no longer up to code, and that you need to get out as soon as possible and go for something much better and something much more secure for you, and not allowing the insecurity aspects of this castle to continue to rule your life. Okay, so what is the biggest change that is going to be taking place here in the month of November? We have the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be persuaded too heavily by other things around you, other people around you, to kind of make the choices that include them, or make them feel included, or make them feel like they are getting the best outcome possible. You're not really looking at that. You're kind of looking at, okay, I need to focus on this Three of Cups energy. I need to focus on my joy, my happiness, my fruitfulness. You know, like I want to be in that place of being able to celebrate the things that I'm accomplishing, that celebrate the things that I'm working hard on. And you're not allowing other people to stand in your way of your goals, your ambitions, the things that you're dreaming, the things that you're working on, and really allowing that to shape up your mind. You're not going to be persuaded by others as easily, and you're going to stay firm in position of your talents, your abilities, and growing in with that, and making sure that you're happy with that. And that seems like a really nice change for you, Aries, if you're already having struggles with that. So what do you need to be made aware of? Let's see what we can find for you. We have the Nine of Swords, the Awakening card, which is the Hanged Man. what you need to be made aware of. Ooh, I feel like there's going to be a lot of information coming to you when you are in a state of pause. Maybe you have the ability to receive downloads during dreams. You're able to receive downloads during time of hardship or stress. Maybe you feel like these are just a bunch of thoughts that are like streamlining through your mind that are insecurities or anxiety feelings or anything like that. But really it's a bunch of downloads for you, Aries, where you need to kind of like stay on track with these thoughts, stay on track to these harsher energies that you are potentially feeling, that you potentially like designate like, man, these are really wild. Stay in calibration with those thoughts, stay in control of those thoughts. And if you need to, jot down these thoughts into a journal and make sure that you're staying up to date with them, because I feel like they are giving you pointers, they're giving you signs, they're giving you true intuition or true resonance with what you're going through, and that you should not like brush them off, not push them away. You are going to be getting a lot of streamlined thoughts to help you out, and intuition is going to be there. Downloads are going to be there. Dreams are going to be there. Any sort of other abilities I feel like are probably going to be shaping up during this time as well. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. Don't just brush off like these thoughts that you might feel like are unconscious or whatever. These thoughts are very powerful and should be recognized. So what is the energy going out of the month of November for Aries? We have fragile, rainbow, enlightened, adaptable, soulful, and connected. Like I said, these thoughts here, even though you might feel stressed out about them, or even though you might feel like they're just your subconscious talking to you like with anxiety feelings, you are connected. You are going to be enlightened. You're going to adapt to your surroundings. Yeah, so like I just feel like you're going to be really tapped in during this month, especially leaving the month of November. You're going to be tapped into what you really need to do, and you're going to kind of get away from people that are trying to either sabotage you or try to persuade you, or maybe even the falsified information that you feel within your heart and your emotions. You're going to be walking away from that, and you're going to be tapped into what is true, what is real, and what is authentic. So that is what I got for you, Aries. Hopefully all this makes sense and it resonates with you. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to drop them down below in the comments, and I'll be sure to respond. But yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And like I said, hope you have a great month of November. If you are wanting to know the answers you have manifested, or if you're wanting to know what your shadow is trying to tell you, feel free to click these two videos at the end of this video.